Hello and welcome to NDTV Auto. As you can see, we have got our hands on the brand new TVS Apache RTX 300. This is the brand's first adventure bike and comes with a price tag of 1.99 lakh rupees. Well, all of those is good, but is it ready to handle the responsibilities that come with the Apache badge? And is it ready to take the brand off the tarmac and into a new territory? Well, we had these questions on our mind before we rode the bike, and now we have got some answers. So stick around. Well, since the engine is the highlight of the bike, we wanted to talk about it first. When the brand launched the bike, they claimed that the engine is calm and has a linear torque curve. After riding the bike for 60 odd kilometers, I can confirm that. But there's a bit of an issue with the vibration. During the high RPM ranges, you get a bit of the vibrations through the handle and other parts. Furthermore, if you are a rider who wants to go faster in a straight line, the engine is not for you. It lacks a bit of the aggression that you might get from the other rivals. And if you are someone who likes to go faster in a straight line, you have to reconsider, although it doesn't disappoint when you are overtaking. The 35 HP of power that comes from the 299cc engine is quite enough if you are someone who doesn't want to go very fast but want enough of a grunt.
Talking of going fast, the highest output of torque comes much later in the curve, hence the lack of aggression. Adding to that, the engine feels very tractable in the lower gears when you are riding on plain roads. However, once you get on the inclines, it requires you to downshift and rev up to give the best result. Since we are talking about revving up, it is worth mentioning that it is a really good sounding bike.
The next topic is the heating. Well, the brand claimed that they have water and oil cooling for the engine, which doesn't disappoint. Even if when you are in traffic, the temperature of the engine is very well maintained. And if it goes beyond the limit, the radiator comes into play and it goes back to the normal range. Because of the bi-directional quick shifter and slip and assist clutch, you won't have much of problem shifting gears, but there were times when the gearbox felt a little bit clunky. And I would like to mention that there was a problem with the throttle. At times, because of the ride-by-wire system, the response of the throttle was a bit delayed. Well, that was all about the engine. Now let's talk about the comfort that we get from the bike. While the engine keeps its calm, the rider is also relatively calm on the seat because it has got a lot of space to move around, as you can see. Furthermore, with a height of 835 mm, it is not a very high seat, especially paired with the handlebar. It gives you a very relaxed sitting position.
If you are someone above 6 feet, you will have a good time riding the bike. However, people with a height of around 5 feet 5 inches might have to tiptoe when the bike comes to a halt.
After riding it for 1.5 hours, I can say that you can be comfortable here, but I wish there was a bit more cushioning on the seat. While the comfort on the seat matters a lot, what matters even more is how the bike handles itself on the road. Well, because of the soft suspension, when you are on the road, it handles the undulations very well. And even when you are going off-road, the suspension still performs well.
The bike gives you enough comfort to bolt through uneven surfaces without getting off the seat. Even though it's not a machine designed for rally, you can rely on it to get you out of the trickiest situations. The riders will have their fair share of freedom to enjoy the trails as much as they do on the highways.
Similarly, the brakes have a good bite to them, especially the front one has a very good bite to it, and it inspires a lot of confidence, while the rear one steals a little bit of it because of its softness. With the comfort checked, let's talk about the features. Well, this is the area where the RTX excels. TVS has given it a 5-inch screen which packs a lot of features like traction control, ABS modes and multiple riding modes.
Honestly, I didn't feel much difference between the urban, rain and tour modes. But switch to rally mode and things start to get interesting. You can turn off ABS and traction control, letting the bike breathe freely and show its true off-road potential.
Although the riding modes are not very useful because I didn't notice much of a difference while riding. Apart from that, you get Smart X Connect, which gives you access to map on the dashboard, which is a very convenient feature and has been in a lot of talk since we got it on the Himalayan 450. To use these features, TVS has given all the controls on the handlebar. These ensure that you don't have to remove your hand from the bar while riding, and you have got 2 arrow buttons and a selector button to go through these features. Apart from that, you get the cruise control button here only. Since we have already talked about ride, handling and the features of the bike, let's talk about the looks. Well, TVS has given it a twin headlamp design, which takes a bit of a time to grow on you, but it does look attractive. Especially combined with the little bit of the fairing and the muscular tank, it gives a proper adventure bike feel. Looking at the rear end, you get a very sleek design which is a bit sporty, and with the 150 cross-section tires, it looks hot.
Adding to that, the 17-inch rear wheel paired with the 19-inch front gives the Apache RTX 300 a well-balanced stance. It not only looks proportionate but also signals its dual sport nature. Stable for long highway runs yet nimble enough for light off-roading. The purpose-built dual-terrain tires further enhance its grip and confidence across changing surfaces, completing the bike's adventure-ready setup.
If you are someone who wants to prepare the bike for touring and enhance its looks, TVS is offering a lot of accessories. You can get a tail bag, tank bag and even knuckle guards to enhance the look of the bike and its functionality. Coming to the final question, who should buy this bike? This bike is for someone who is looking for an adventure tourer on a budget. And if you're someone who prefers touring more than off-roading, this bike is definitely for you.
However, if you decide to take it off the road to have some fun on a trail, it won't disappoint you.
Furthermore, the tech-savvy nature of the bike is a cherry on top. Well, that was all about the bike. Do like, share and subscribe the video. And I'm your host Amulya. Thank you.